कोई नारा या कोई वो नहीं लगाना बीच में, बातें सुनो ध्यान से।
बड़ी चिंता की बात है, हथीन से लेकर थानेसर और पलवल में कांग्रेस की रैलियां होती है, पाकिस्तान जिंदाबाद के नारे लगते हैं। मैं तो टीवी पर देखकर बड़ा चिंतित हूं और राहुल गांधी रोकते भी नहीं।
मोदी जी भाषण में कहते हैं कि मेरी सरकार में 1200 रुपए का रेट हो गया है, नहीं कहते। हमारी सरकार आएगी, लिख के ले लो, 1200 रुपए वाला सिलेंडर 500 रुपए का आपको मिलेगा।
Yes, the political scene in Haryana is hot, and this is one state in India that has seen some major shifts in party power over the years. And if you're new to this topic, don't worry, I'll break it down for you step by step in this Explained. Let's start with a quick overview. In the 2014 elections, the BJP or the Bharatiya Janata Party had a huge win, taking a majority in the Haryana Assembly. Now fast forward to 2019 and things started to change. Their wins in Lok Sabha elections, and those are the national elections, were cut in half. So what was happening there? Let's dive in and understand. The Trivedi Center for Political Data's analysis splits Haryana into regions such as Jatland, Jat Sikh Land, Ahirwal, Ambala Division, Mewat and NCR. Now these divisions are based on caste populations and local history, including self-reporting by the communities in question rather than on administrative boundaries. Now let's first look at the Jatland. This area is home to many Jats, a major community in Haryana. They make up about a quarter of the state's population. In 2019, the BJP was doing really well here, leading in 22 out of 29 assembly segments. But in the Haryana assembly elections that followed, their numbers dropped to 12, while the Congress rose to 15. And this was a big shift. Recently, in the Lok Sabha elections, the BJP recovered slightly, leading in 15 segments to Congress's 14. Interesting, right? Now, traditionally, Jats have been Congress supporters, with its former Chief Minister Bhupinder Singh Hooda seen as the tallest leader of the community at present. The BJP hence has attempted to cobble together a constituency of other backward classes and upper castes. Now, this was the reason it chose Manohar Lal Khattar, a non-Jat, as Chief Minister after winning for the first time in 2014 and retained him in 2019 despite the party failing to win a majority. However, here came a twist. Ahead of the recent Lok Sabha polls in what was seen as a caste course correction, the BJP replaced Khattar with OBC leader Naib Singh Saini as the Chief Minister. It has also broken from its usual practice and projected Saini as the CM face in the ongoing assembly polls. Now, while the OP Chautala-led Indian National Lok Dal (INLD) used to be a preeminent Jat party, courtesy the goodwill for Chautala family patriarch Devilal's support for the INLD has waned. In 2018, the INLD was further hit by the creation of the JJP as a breakaway faction. Now, this time around, the main contenders for the community's votes are expected to be the Congress and JJP, with the latter battling anger over its alliance with the BJP post-2019. The Congress's ticket distribution reflects its Jat outreach, with 1/3 of the candidates, which is 28 of them, Jats. And in contrast, the BJP has just fielded 16 Jats. Now let's look at the Jat Sikh land, where both Jats and Sikhs live together and none of them is dominant. This region has seen a lot of action due to farmer protests against the government's policies. In 2019, the BJP dominated here, winning 19 of 20 segments, but then the support fell sharply to just 6 seats in the assembly polls. In the latest Lok Sabha election, they managed to win only 5 segments, while the Congress surged to win 15. And this shows that the farmer protests have had a big impact. The prominent constituencies in the Jat Sikh land include Julana, from where Olympian wrestler Vinesh Fogart, who led the protests against senior BJP leader and resting body chief Brij Bhushan Sharan Singh, is contesting on the Congress ticket. JJP chief Dushyant Chautala will be fighting to retain his Uchana Kalan seat in the area, while his brother Digvijay Chautala will be contesting from Dabali. Now moving on to Ahirwal. This area has traditionally been a BJP stronghold. They won all 10 seats in 2019, but in the 2019 assembly elections, their numbers slipped to 6. They still hold a strong presence here, thanks to influential leaders like Rao Inderjit Singh. In the Ambala division, the BJP also faced ups and downs. They won all 18 seats in the 2019 Lok Sabha elections but dropped to 9 in the assembly elections. The Congress, on the other hand, improved its standing from 0 to 6 seats, showcasing some resilience. Now, Chief Minister Saini is contesting from this region's Ladwa seat. Anil Vij, one of the BJP's senior-most leaders in the state and a Chief Minister wannabe, is contesting from Ambala Cantonment. Now, moving on to NCR, which is National Capital Region. The BJP has been quite successful here, maintaining control in the most assembly segments. However, in Mewat, a region with a significant Muslim population, the Congress has consistently led, showing a clear divide in party support across regions. So to wrap up, Haryana's political landscape is changing, with the Congress making significant gains in areas previously dominated by the Bharatiya Janata Party. Factors like community dynamics, historical support, and recent protests are all influencing these shifts. If you found this breakdown helpful, be sure to like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments below. And thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more such explainers only on The Indian Express. Thank you so much for watching.